So we're here with the legendary DJ Revolution. How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm always good and when something like this is going down.
No, of course, incredible set, and it's so great that you were able to do this for the students. And obviously we know the elements of hip hop are MCing, DJing, b-boying, and graffiti, and you've mastered one of the elements of hip hop. Inform us, what do you think one of the main principles of DJing is?
It's interesting you say that because there are there's a large group of the population that has no idea what a DJ does.
Yeah.
And how many different types of DJs there are, and the depth of what you're saying when it means to master that, because I teach everyone from 9-year-olds to 50-year-olds how to do this.
Right.
And depending on what they want to get out of it and what style or what type of DJ they are, that sets me on the course of how to instruct them. So one of the main principles of being a DJ is entertaining the people that are in front of you.
Yes.
I don't really care how good you think you are. You can scratch, you can beat juggle, you can win world competitions, you can be an influencer, you can do whatever it is that puts you on that stage. But if you can't entertain the crowd, then you should not be a DJ. You're there for them. And now if you can infuse a little or a lot of you at the same time as your own personal expression through other people's music, that's how you get the job done. You entertain people by expressing yourself through other people's music and other people's art. You transform the art into your own vision.
What you said is so true. It's not about you up there. It's about the crowd and making them feel great and capturing a moment.
Yeah.
And do you think that being a hip-hop DJ means that you have to somewhat be an open format DJ because so much of hip-hop is taken from so many different genres?
Well, let's backtrack a little bit because now we've entered the term hip-hop DJ, and now we're qualifying it because before you were saying DJ. Now, so when I teach people how to DJ, I'm teaching people who practice all kinds of genres, all styles, but the general principle is the same. Express yourself, entertain the people that are in front of you. And at being a hip-hop DJ, that's a very specific category because that does involve a little bit of you wanting it to be about you, because that's what hip-hop is, that's what MCing is, that's what breaking is. You want everyone to look at your skills and check you out, so you have to infuse that into your entertainment abilities. So being a hip-hop DJ is very different because you got scratching, you have quick blends, you have mic work, you have all this technology that's in front of you, whereas a person that plays house music is generally just blending songs casually. And making it look like they're doing a lot, which is fine. As long as you entertain the crowd, I got no problem with that. I have no feelings about that in any way. As long as you're doing your job, it's all good. But being a hip-hop DJ, it depends, because if you're a DJ and you play a place that, for me, when I play a place where they don't want to hear the type of hip-hop that I like, I gotta mold and adapt to what they want, but I'll slide a little of what I love in there somehow. I'll find a way to tie it in so that they know, that they remember I'm different. They remember my skills, because my skills are different. They're at an elevated level. So I always try to infuse that no matter where I'm at, because I've been all around the world 10 times over. I played all kinds of clubs, from places that look like, somebody's garage to places that, my homies can't even get in because of the way they're dressed. And so I have played, I play different styles, and I have to adapt, and I have to be able to play whatever the people are into. I read the room. That's another essential principle of being a DJ, reading the crowd. So you know what your set's gonna be, how you're gonna play, And also, I've been doing this for so long, the crowds have changed. The temperature is different now. It's not the same. Being a hip-hop DJ, I think if you start out as a hip-hop DJ, at your core, you're all about the competitive nature of being a DJ. It's almost like a sport. But you know you can't bring that to a club. You only save that for the battle or the mixtapes or whatever it is, and you're a hip-hop DJ when you get up there and you do hip-hop things.
Got it. Okay. Makes perfect sense.
So you can play whatever you want, but if you start scratching, you're a hip-hop DJ.
Yeah.
You start doing any cool things that manipulate the music or remix or flip the music in any new way, that stems from hip hop. That's showing me that you paid attention a little bit to hip hop. Or at the very least, you're a student of other DJs that were doing that, and you think that that's cool. And either way, it gets presented to the people. So I'm happy with that. But being an open format DJ, I never really adopted that term. Open format really doesn't mean anything to me. Open format just means it's like jack of all trades.
Yeah.
But a master of none.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Where do you feel the most at home? Because you've been all over the world 10 times over. You've played a lot of different environments. What is the one environment where you feel like no matter what, like if I'm playing in this type of arena or scenario, I'm at home and I feel the most comfortable?
I mean, there's a lot of parties that I played in my life that I know that they're still going, or if they were going and I was hitting the tour and I would stop there, they would be my comfort zones because I could play whatever.
Right.
I knew the crowd was like, whatever you play, bro, we're gonna love it because they're just there to party and have a good time. And those are the types of crowds that you love. Those are the types of gigs you beg to get.
Right.
And they may pay less money. You might have to, not have a first class flight, not have a 5-star hotel. You might be crashing on the homie's couch, but the party is live and you love playing it and you tell people about it. So those are the environments that I feel at home. I can stretch out, I can do whatever I want. Other places would be like, after I test the waters a little bit and see how open the crowd is for like my style of hip hop, whether it be old or new, then I'm comfortable.
Got it.
So I'm comfortable in any environment, but my home zone is like, the parties where I feel like there are no expectations and there are no limits.
Yeah.
People, when they see my name on a flyer, they'll expect a certain level of, whatever it is, flair or flash on the turntables with technical ability, and that's fine because I always do that. But there's never any, in those certain parties, there's never expectations of what I should be playing.
DJing in terms of like a technological standpoint, it's evolved so much compared to other musicians and instruments. Why do you think that is so?
I would have to say that because it involves so many digital components that can be upgraded. It's like, you can how much of an upgrade can you give a guitar?
Yeah.
You can do all kinds of crazy shit to it, but it's still a guitar. And you still got to learn to play it, and you still got to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
you put all these different buttons on it, and you knobs and weird stuff and echoes, then it turns into another instrument. And I think if someone found a way to manipulate it, it would be unique to that person and their instrument. Mm-hmm. But the drums are the drums, man.
Yeah.
The DJ, since its inception, has been a person, or the hip hop DJ has been a person who plays the technology. So, and there was this piece of equipment that people in the mid 70s were like, well, we're not gonna do it the way that it's telling us to do it.
Right.
We're gonna touch the records and make noises. We're gonna turn these knobs. I'm gonna invent a new way to blend two songs together. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna play the technology that was already made to do something else.
Yeah.
That's not what a guitar is. A guitar is meant to be played a certain way and you get a certain sound. Turntables and digital technology can be manipulated in so many different ways that you can add on and mod it and take things away and build weird setups and have all kinds of stuff going on. I've seen people do the craziest shit with DJ technology, and it's awesome because it's all based on digital stuff now.
Yeah, no.
Like
sure.
Back when I was DJing with records, it was just like a guitar. You show up, I got 2 turntables and a mixer. Not much more I can do except a lot of scratching, and I don't even have to scratch. I can make it look and sound crazy without even doing anything.
Right. I mean, I definitely show a lot of love to the pioneers and people who were just mixing vinyl because, you really had to listen with your ear and beat match. And I mean, there's a lot of visual aids. We're not going to sit here in front.
Right.
But the cool thing with technology is you're able to be more of a showman or, showwoman or show person because you have time. It also depends on if you have a set pre-ready. Because like for me, when I spin, I freestyle a lot. Like I think every DJ has combos. They know if I end up in this scenario with these 3 songs are in key, so I'm gonna play it here, and I know this rings off at the party. But for the most part, I think the cool thing with technology is you're able to improv and read the crowd more.
Yeah, you can do a lot more. You have, like you said, it buys you a lot of time to be able to think. Like, okay, well, now I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. I'm doing things even now that I wasn't doing 6 months ago because of technology upgrades. Like, I'm loving it. I'm all the way in on it. And I have always been that guy. I'm always the person on the vanguard of all the technology advancements. I'm right there bowling through that wall, as bloody as I may be going through it afterwards, because I'm one of the first to do it. That's just how I am. I want to try out all the new shit, all the new gear. And, I love being able to implement that into sets because it sets me apart. It's always been the thing that set me apart because the digital technology leveled the playing field for a lot of people.
Right.
Because the bar of entry was so low all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. When I was coming up, we all had the same bar. It was high. You had to have a shitload of records.
Yeah.
You had to had a lot of money to spend on gear and upgrades. Yeah. You had to have crates and you had to. So and you had to have the skill. That was a base level that's unheard of today.
Yeah.
Because now, I teach 10-year-olds how to do this shit. I swear to God, I'm not even lying. You give me 15 minutes and a controller, you got a brand new DJ.
Yeah. No, I believe it. I believe it. With you embracing technology and just embracing the youth, and you have been doing the Wake Up Show for a while, and the legacy status, how do you stay inspired, and what do you look for in terms of artists to play and break and everything like that?
That's a good question. Sometimes it's hard to find inspiration because you got to look a lot harder now.
Right.
It's not like it was when I was coming up. When you turn on the TV, good shit is on all day long.
Yeah.
The internet was sparse and just coming up, so it was everywhere. It was on. You turn on the radio Friday, Saturday night, it's incredible. From 9 o'clock until 2 in the morning, every weekend, you got dope shit. Who's that new artist? Whatever it is. And that, even to the point when I got on and I was that guy playing that shit, we still were breaking all these new artists. People had an outlet. It was very easy to access dope shit.
Right.
Because there were providers, there were platforms. Now, it's lost in a sea of just everything.
Yeah.
People are not checking for the radio. Like, terrestrial radio is a dinosaur.
Yeah, I'm still doing it, though.
I'm not saying it's, I'm still on the radio, too. But I feel like, that's not where people are going to hear new music.
No,
it really is not. Yeah. For me, they're listening to me because that's what we do on the show.
Yeah,
that's our lane. But I gotta dig and filter through hundreds and hundreds of trash songs. Either they're trash in quality, they're trash in the with the beat is good, MC is trash, or the MC is amazing and the beat is trash, or there's something about it that it's just not making the cut. Hundreds and hundreds of those, and I'm struggling sometimes to fill 90 minutes of dope shit.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. That's insane to me. After 50 years, I'm struggling sometimes to fill a 90-minute slot with dope shit. The show's 2 hours, but we got interviews and guests and stuff.
Of course.
The music part of it is the bulk, and that's me sifting through all these websites, all these emails, all these people that send me their shit. I gotta go through it and be like, oh man, this is not good. Get that out of here.
And nobody wants to be like, this ain't it, Chief. Nobody really wants to be that person. Because then people think like, oh, you a hater.
Well, that's the thing, I think that was the thick skin of being a hip hop artist or an artist in general is lost because everybody's so sensitive.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to be included because everybody is included. Come on in, everybody. It doesn't matter if you whack. We love you. We love everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, how you identify, whatever it is. If you whack, come on in. You love hip hop music, that's great. Come on in. We love you. I'm not that guy.
I feel that.
You know?
I do believe in inclusion, but a lot of people are just chasing followers and go viral.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The part where
if I can listen to your music and hear that you are not that person, then you're welcome. We play everything. If your shit is dope and meets the standard, well, I'll ride until the wheels fall off for you. I'll put you on the show. We'll give you an interview. Maybe I'll show up and, DJ for you. Whatever it is, I'm down to help. But if you're whack, you need to be told you're whack, because otherwise you're gonna keep making whack shit. If you have, it's just like a kid. You can't be aggressive when your 7-year-old kid brings you a drawing, and he's like, "Look what I made, Daddy." You can't be like, "Man, that shit is whack." You have to find a way to give them the constructive criticism, the feedback that will help them grow and draw better and motivate them to go back and try it again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the key. And this is what I've learned in instructing DJing and music production. It's not, nobody's walking off the street with the hip hop DJ mentality. Nobody.
Yeah.
I've been teaching DJ shit for 15 years. Mm-hmm. And, I've taught at all levels, in beginner, intermediate, advanced. And out of all of the students that I've taught, it's got to be in the thousands at this point. There's only been 3 that have gone to the next stage.
Oh, wow. That's wild.
Either gotten on a radio or gotten some mixes placed on the radio, or won a competition, got selected to be in a competition and won a battle.
That's incredible.
Only 3. And then, I've only gotten to the point where I'm able to have a good sparring session where I'm like, they might be keeping up with me. There's only 1 person in my entire career of teaching that's ever been able to keep up.
Wow.
1 person.
That's incredible. Can you say that person's name or?
No, because I will say that she is an awesome person, a huge student of music, and learned to play piano, and now she's going to school. She's a purist and she loves the music, and she's not all about like putting her name out there and doing all that. She loves it for music. But it's beautiful, but she's a part of a collective of 3 out of thousands. Yeah. Maybe 1,000 students that I've taught that have all come in wanting to be, I'm going to be on this big stage. I'm going to be this famous DJ. I want to do this. I'm going to do... Nope. Once they realize how hard this shit is...
Man, speak on that.
They drop it. They really... Or they just do it casually, like side gigs. Because most people, if you're connected... I have a few students that work in the music business already, and they're connected, and they start getting gigs immediately as soon as they start learning how to DJ. And that's great. But they're going to be at the same level until that dies out. Because they got comfy quick. The jobs are just coming to them. I had to fight for my spots.
Yeah.
Because there were no spots. When I was coming up, we all had to fight for these jobs. Man, if you were a homie and we hung out during the week, but there was a spot opening up on the club on Friday, guess what? We fighting for it.
Of course. And it's still very much like that, especially here in Los Angeles. Like, in my run, it is not easy playing 2 to 3 times out of the week.
No, it's
without
hard.
And doing weddings and doing the club spots and then DJing high schools and then doing whatever else comes with it and concerts and just being open like that.
Yeah, and so this is what I tell the younger kids. I'm like, the first things I say to some of these kids in the classroom is like, where have you seen a DJ? Have any of you seen a DJ in real life? Mm-hmm. And not a lot of people have seen them, but some, depending on where you live, I've seen a DJ at dance.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. High school, right?
Right.
Or, somebody's quinceañera or birthday party,
right,
or a sporting event, or a bowling alley, or a skating rink, or a sporting event at a stadium. We're everywhere, but nobody knows we're everywhere because a lot of the times DJs end up being backgrounds at those events, but the work is just as hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that when people that young realize that DJing is an actual job and a career and you can make money doing it if you work hard, it's a light bulb moment because most people only see like the Marshmallows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
yeah,
and Calvin Harris's and Guettas and Fatboy Slims or even like Daft Punk or whatever it is. Right. They only see these types of DJs. And those are exceptions to the rule, so they think, oh, I'm never gonna do that. But they don't realize, hey, I get paid a lot of money when I go play places.
Yeah.
You know, like I show up and it's a good check. It's hard work, but the actual act of what we do is amazingly fun.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. And I try to tell people, I'm like, name another entertainer who's on their feet 4 to 6 hours. And when people want to talk to us while we're spinning, I always tell myself this, or I tell other people, I'm like, you would never go up to a guitar player in the middle of them playing and have a conversation.
Right, exactly.
You would never go up to a saxophonist and do that. A singer, a rapper.
That is a great analogy. I'm gonna start using that.
You would never.
No way. Definitely no way.
We are musicians. There's still you have to mix in key, mix on beat. You have to transition, and people can feel when it's a bad transition or these songs don't go together.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it might be that person's fault for coming up and talking to you while you're trying to do it. You're trying in the middle of a transition, but they're so focused on them that they're not even listening, that you have 2 songs playing at the same time, and you have so much that you're trying to manage, and now you want to come up and talk to me. And you could be cool, and I'll be cool with you because you don't really not recognize, but the next time you come up might be a problem.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. It's because I'm performing. I'm trying to keep the energy going.
Yeah,
but
you know, you want to tell them, hey, you see these 300 other people that are enjoying themselves?
Yeah,
you're the only one up here, so that should say something about you. You know what I'm saying? Like you should go home and look in the mirror because you're the only person that came up
right.
the whole night and asked me for one song. Nobody else came up. Everybody was loving the party. You came up twice
and asking about a song that does not mix and doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But we want to go ahead and ask you, what do you have next? What's coming up for you?
Well, I mean, you know, I definitely am really busy in the education side of things.
We love that.
You know, 5 days a week, actually 6 days a week, I'm teaching. Whether it's after school programs, whether it's private clients, doing stuff like this. Mm-hmm. You know, I still stream on Twitch occasionally.
Yeah.
I'm working on a lot of music. I've been doing music for TV and film for the last 15 years.
Man, isn't it such a beautiful thing to like get sync placements and...
It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, it helps hold you up when the DJ wave starts to dip back down. You know what I'm saying? And then like kind of you got another thing to rely on. You know, but again, that's hard work too. That's a whole separate side of the industry.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, anything you want to be great at and have consistent money, you gonna work.
Yeah, and you have to be in a place in your head mentally and also at a station in your life where you can afford to give up so much time and energy and take a loss in the beginning, you know?
Oh yeah, you're betting
yourself. The first few years are gonna be hard and you are not gonna see anything, and that's how it was with DJing too.
Yeah.
You better love it. You better love it hardcore, because it's just like any other relationship. If you're not loving it and not trying to make it work, it's gonna fall apart.
Yeah, we're in year 6 and I'm finally like, you know, opening up for certain people and getting the looks and the credibility. So
that's what people don't want to hear it. And this is a funny thing. Like, you should see people's expressions change when they ask me, like, "Hey man, how long is it gonna take me to get, you know, good enough?" And I'm like, 5 years. And they're like, "Oh shit."
5 years for sure, no doubt.
They don't want that 5 years, man. At least the younger generation.
No.
For me, there was not even a timeline. I was like, I'm doing this for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
I don't care about how long it takes. I'm gonna just keep doing this until I get good. But when you tell somebody that's now, I wanna say 20 and up, right? Mm-hmm. Between the ages of 20 and 35, when you tell them it's gonna take 5 to 10 years for them to get their weight up and get their name out there and get their skills to the point where they're just showing up and killing it, that's a setback for them. 5 years is like, oh wow. Because you know how people are today, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they want everything quick, microwave.
If you didn't grow up loving it, if you didn't grow up within that and you're not totally immersed in that culture, when you say 5 years to somebody, they're like, shit, that's school, it's college.
Yeah, that's
another college, you know, and you're gonna have to pay for it one way or another.
Yeah, I totally agree with it. Well, DJ Revolution, we thank you so much for this conversation.
Pleasure, man.
There's so many gems in this conversation, and we appreciate you. And yo, whatever you have going, we are going to give you our full support. So
appreciate it, man. I got a lot of cool stuff coming, but I don't like talking about stuff until it starts to materialize, because then it just,
of course.
Then everyone's looking for, like, well, what happened with that thing he said he was gonna do? And I just, I can't be that guy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I got cool stuff coming, and I'm gonna keep doing this until I can't do it anymore. So,
and we respect that. Thank you so much for
appreciate it.